I just look back and think, gosh, if I had the knowledge back then what I have now as a coach, as when I was a fighter, it's like I'd be something else as a fighter. Hadouken! Gosh, I've been in the sport forever, haven't I? So I've been coaching now for years and years, but obviously back then, the rules are all very similar now, but back then it was Thai boxing, kickboxing, full contact karate. It didn't matter really, just did what I could to keep active. And obviously there was less girls back then, so it was more difficult, so it was easier to change disciplines and adapt your style in order to stay active.
How did you get into martial arts and eventually fighting?
Well, I started judo when I was 11, and from judo I moved into Thai boxing. Carried on the judo for quite a number of years as well, so I was doing the Thai boxing and the judo, but eventually when I started sort of taking the Thai boxing more serious in terms of competing, then that became less and less, so eventually I stopped the judo and was training full time in the Thai boxing.
All of my friends, what I've always loved is all of my friends knew my mum fought. They all knew she was a world champion. If I went to school, it was always, oh my God, your mum's well hard, you know. And I used to always love that. And I'd go to the shop sometimes, and I'd walk past one of my friends at school that I don't necessarily talk to, but they'd always walk past and go, hi Lisa. They wouldn't say hi to me, but they'd always say hi to my mum. And I loved that, you know. I loved having a mum that was like, you know, tough, and I could walk around and be so proud of. Like, I just absolutely love that. You go to shows and it's like everybody knows your mum. Everyone comes up to you and says, oh, your mum's amazing, you know, she was a brilliant fighter. A few of the people she used to train with would come up to us and say, oh, your mum used to beat me up, you know. It was things like that that I love, and I just think like people speak so highly of her, and for me to carry in them footsteps and do the same thing would make me proud, because obviously I'm so proud of the way people talk about my mum. If they were to talk about me like that to my children, I'd be proud, so that's just all I want to do.
What was so magical and different about Thai boxing compared to like judo and boxing and other things that are available to you to learn?
I mean, for me, the attraction at the beginning wasn't any of that, because I didn't know where it was, you know. I just went along to a class, joined in, and I enjoyed it. But I think once I was involved in it, I enjoyed the full contact. So for me, I was always quite, say, rough, quite tough and tomboyish. So I liked the judo, the full contact. I played football for the youth club, and you know, and I liked quite rough sports. I was quite physical, and so Thai boxing to me was all that. You know, you could box, you could kick, you could knee. Elbows was limited back then, obviously, but you could do all that. And in other sports, it was just touch, touch, touch. You know, bare contact really. And for me, I quite like the idea of being able to box and punch and stuff.
Been doing it since I was about 6 years old. I think my first interclub was from when I was about 6 with my mum, Lisa Howarth. Well, she was known as Lisa Howarth, now Ditcheva. Been running her own gym for a while now, so I trained when I was a kid. Trained over there ever since with her, so yeah, been doing a while.
So I started training started training Thai boxing about 1980, a long time ago. 1983 I did my first competition, well, professional competition, so in Holland, which was a C-class fight in Holland. So yeah, it didn't take me that long really. There weren't that many girls. There was nobody really over here that I could compete with. I was one of the very first girls to do it, not the first, but one of them. So I didn't get many opportunities to fight, so when I went over to Holland to fight, it was like I kind of went over there as the British champion, having not had any fights, so not much has changed, I guess, in that respect. But yeah, I was a novice really when I went over there, but actually I'd never even flown before, so it was a whole new experience for me. But yeah, it's great fun with Master Toddy over there.